Today I'm going to bring you guys a Killjoy guide on the new map called ICEBOX. I was fortunate enough to be invited by Riot to test out Act 3 a little bit early, so I've had a lot of experience playing this game already. Also, my Act rank for the last season is Immortal 2, so credibility established. I did this in my last Killjoy video, and I'm going to do it in this one. If you are in a game right now, I've split this video up into sections, so if you are either on attacking or defending side, you can jump to that section right now. Let's go ahead and jump into the attacking side first. So here we are on the attacking side of the new map, ICEBOX. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite turret spots that I've found so far on the attacking side. Some of them are kind of cheeky. You can actually put a turret on top of these little lights, which is very helpful because it sees a lot and it's not really expected. So you can put them on pretty much any of these lights. I wouldn't do this light because then they could push up B without it seeing it, but you can do pretty much every other light, which is kind of fun and kind of annoys people, especially on pistol round. It's really fun. You can put the turret over here. I wouldn't necessarily do that turret because, again, it does see over here, but you could put it even farther away over in this corner. And it still sees over there, and it's just, you know, that much farther away. So if they're on a pistol round, it makes it very hard to kill within, you know, one clip of ammo. And again, turrets see 180 degrees. So this is clearing all of here, all the way to there, and, you know, technically it's clearing to there and there. But, like, this just, like, clears so much of the area. You can also put the turret over here. The biggest thing is you just don't want them to smoke off your turret because, you know, if they smoke off your turret and then they push in and you don't know they're behind you, that's a bummer. So, rotate your turret around in different locations pretty much every round. Just pick a random spot either here, there, on the light, or right here. Roll the dice and pick one of those spots and put it down. You could wait if you're taking a site very aggressively and put a turret down later, but I just think that is so good because on this map, you flank so much so that it's good to know if they're not flanking at all. So that's pretty much all the information that you're trying to get out of that turret, as it's not really going to do a ton of damage. For example, if you take a site here and somebody pushed down mid and is going to be behind you, you just want that information that they could be there. If your turret doesn't go off or you don't hear it or it doesn't break, then you know nobody's going to be behind you, and you can just clear that down, and then you know where you need to be looking. And then if you were to plant on site here, there's a lot of easy post plants just to put an alarm bot around the corner here, or an alarm bot on the top here. Basically, just pick one, then again, you can just lock down the other angle, especially if you're in like a 1v1, 1v2 situation. You want to pick one of these doors. If your turret still hasn't gone off, put an alarm bot down, you have your turret behind you, and then you can watch the other angle. If your alarm bot goes off, you can swing and kill the guy that's on the alarm bot, or you can just keep watching the other angle. That's basically how I play Killjoy when I take sites. It's a lot easier that way. I have a little bit of a molly lineup. It's not great. I'm sure I'm going to come up with more in the future, but here's a little molly lineup that I like to do. Basically, you sit in this corner here on the side, and then if you planted right here on the map, I can actually line up a little molly right here by lining up with the tiles on the roof.
Placing swarm
so if you throw it right there on that little crack, it bounces off the roof and it lands perfectly right here. So if you planted the bomb here, it's a pretty nice little molly lineup, and you're not really overexposed here, so you can definitely play for the plant there, and then you can throw this, pop it, and then swing after. So it will give away your position, but I think it's worth it.
Placing swarm grenade.
Same philosophy when taking B site. You set your turret up in mid and then use your alarm bot to lock down some sort of entrance onto the site. Unfortunately, there's a lot of entrances they could come through, so it might be best to just throw it down here on the back site so then you know if somebody swings. And you could also put it up here. You can jump and grab it up in the kitchen, which is another good spot that they might come out of. What's most important is just using all of your utility as Killjoy. So just pick an angle to block off with your alarm bot and then watch the other one. Easy as that. Alright, that's enough for the attacking side, so let's go ahead and switch over to defense. So, if you're going to hold a site, there are a lot of turret options, and I'd recommend just picking one and rotating it. So, I like to do on pistol round is put my turret in this window because just basically the less that the turret is showing, the harder it is to hit, and the more hits it takes for them to kill it. And every little bit of that chip damage on a pistol round is really, really strong. That's a good spot to put your turret, at least for the first pistol round, but then also you gotta just rotate your stuff around so often just because they're gonna start expecting where it is. So, you could wait until the round starts. The barrier is normally right here, and then you could walk up here, put a turret around the corner, and then hold it at different angles, play off of it. Realistically, you can't go wrong with where you're placing your turret at this point because holy crap, there are just so many spots you could put your turret on this site. B site's definitely a lot more there's a lot better spots to put your turret down on B site. So if you want better information, you can play B site. Generally, how I play Killjoy on this map, if I am on A site, I play completely solo on A site, and if they take the site, I just give it up, and then we play as 5 for the retake. Just because of how many options they have, you could lose A site very easily, and it's kind of hard to trade kills off of your utility. A good spot to put your alarm bot is right here if you don't want to have your turret. The only problem with putting your alarm bot there is if they go on the zip line, it's not going to go off, so it is important to have your turret down for information in comparison to having your alarm bot. But I have done this a couple times and it's gotten me a couple kills, is putting an alarm bot here and then putting a molly right here and putting a molly right here. Then if the alarm bot goes off, you pop both these mollies and it kind of just clears out this entire area. They either have to go back or push into it. Most likely if you push into it, they're gonna die. Yeah, so I would recommend putting your alarm bot around a corner with a molly just because that's gonna deter them from pushing through those areas, you know, very freely. You want to just like kind of show presence, but not necessarily get yourself killed while doing that. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to B side. So we are on B site, and I'm going to show you where I would put my turret if I was holding here. So I would like to put one here because then you get a lot of information out of it if they push up, try to get this orb. And what you can do, if you want to play a little bit more aggressively on this site, you could actually play behind this box, and if your turret goes off, you can swing and get a pretty free kill most of the time. So, and you can also mix up with where you're playing exactly. So you can be on this side, wait for your turret to go off, and then swing from here and get another kill that way. So there's a lot of options there. If you were to put your turret in that corner over here, you could also put an alarm bot right in mid, so then you know, and then hopefully you have somebody else playing in kitchen, because again, there's just so many different ways that they could come to site. You want to just lock down the most common spots and have other people watch them. Since the angle's kind of tight, you can actually put the alarm bot farther away, but basically just use the edge of that circle and you can just line that up perfectly. And then when they push through here, they're probably not going to hear the alarm bot, and then it'll go off, distract them, and then hopefully they'll start shooting at it, and then somebody from kitchen will swing. That'd be great. Or you could even play kitchen if you wanted to. Off of your alarm bot, again, if your alarm bot goes off, swing, free kill. So yeah, you can put that there. You could also put a molly around the corner, so if your alarm bot goes off, you can pop the molly, and that's just really good. So here is a really fun nade spot that I found, and I don't think anyone's going to use this for a bit, but basically, you can right-click behind this little box, and you can throw a nade behind there. So if you wanted to wait until they're planning like here and here are pretty common spots, so you could easily wait and then pop that. It's pretty brutal. You could also do that for post plant if you're on the attacking side. Really nice nade. And it does work from both sides. So, yeah. Again, that's just it's a brutal grenade. You can also throw the molly back here, but again, this would probably be better for post plant because they're most likely not going to plant at the top part of this container towards kitchen. So, but this nade is pretty good too. Here's another turret spot that's all right. I don't prefer this one because I think you give up too much of the site in order to actually utilize this information well. But if you're only playing one towards B or something, then you could put a turret up here. Again, these turrets see in 180-degree range, so meaning that they're going to see perfectly to their sides. Basically, this just allows you to know if somebody's pushed up here or if somebody's pushed up like under here. Again, I think you give up too much sight control if you do that, but if you're losing sight already, and you could just start playing for retake and then using that. Another good spot is a turret way back here next to Mr. Snowman because, again, turrets have an infinite range. So it'll see if somebody's really far up here. So you could actually put a turret back here, and then if your turret sees anybody, play behind this box, and it is really nice to swing out and then get a couple kills that way. Or swing from this side as well, because they'll already be peeking far. The only place they could be here is there. Again, the farther away the turret is, it's just a nuisance to kill. So definitely a good turret spot back there, and it covers 2 of their potential entrances, and then you get alarm bot the other side. You can fit an alarm bot like kind of perfectly right here, so it'll give you the same information as having a turret there. Again, if they push through this, they're gonna hit the alarm bot. I think the only way they could get past it is if they were Jet or Omen and they walked on top of this box here, and then they jumped onto that platform. But the only way that they can do that is through jumping. So again, I think having a turret here is the best option. I think that's it for this Killjoy guide. If you guys enjoyed that content, make sure to like this video. If it helped you, please leave a comment below. If you want to see more Killjoy guides or more advanced Killjoy guides, I have a lot of information, and you can check out my live stream at twitch.tv/Kio. I stream pretty much every day in the evenings PST. So if you have any questions, go there and I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Peace.